Let's learn how to double tongue on the flute. Hi, I'm a music teacher and this is my life. Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome for those of you who might be new here. As I mentioned in last week's video when I started the articulation series for flute, I talked about how single tonguing is such a great essential to start with because it's really the foundation for a lot of other types of articulation that we're going to be doing. Well, today is the second video in the articulation series for flute, and the focus is going to be on double tonguing. This is a great one if you are trying to maybe level up your music and you're noticing that the rhythms are getting more complex, the tempos are getting faster, and trust me, double tonguing can save you so much work compared to single tonguing at those faster tempos. But before we get started, you know what to do. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so that you never miss another video. So like I said, single tonguing is a great place to start. And in my single tonguing video, if you haven't already seen it, go ahead and see it if you need to practice. But I talked about how two of the more common types of articulation are done with either a T sound, where we're using the tip of our tongue, ta, 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 or we're using a more gentle single tongue by going ka, like a K. Ka, 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 ka. It still gives a clear starting point to the note, but it's a little bit more gentle. So if you're in the middle of a phrase and you need to single tongue, that K can be a good option for you. So when we're looking at double tonguing, what we're doing is we are combining that T and that K together. So if I was playing, for example, a B flat, and I was trying to practice it in really fast eighth notes. First, I would suggest that you grab a metronome and keep track of your progress, and I'll leave a link down below for my video about how you can enhance your practicing when using the metronome. But you want to start off nice and slow so that they're nice and even. So if I'm using eighth notes as an example, I want to go ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta. So let's take a look at that. So remember to keep a nice upright posture. And essentially what you're doing is you're keeping the air flowing, and the only thing that's going to maybe interrupt the airflow is ta-ka, ta-ka, ta, but your air never stops moving. So let's give it a try. Now, believe it or not, that was double tonguing. And if I do the same thing single tonguing, it's not that noticeable of a difference to the ear. However, if I was going to play that much faster, double tonguing is a lot less work for me than single tonguing. Let's say I wanted to choose a faster tempo. Let's see how it would sound with double tonguing. Now, if I were to try doing that with single tonguing, it would not be as effortless. And I don't mean to say that there's no effort involved, but it's going to take some time to get used to double tonguing. But the thing is, it makes things a lot faster, a lot easier to play. Let's say I was doing a B flat concert scale. That's double tonguing. I don't think I honestly could play that at that speed doing single tonguing. And so you can kind of hear how much easier your music can be if you have some really complicated tempos. Say you have a really fast run that you have to articulate that sort of imitates a scale, then it allows you to have a lot less work with your articulation and your embouchure, and then you can focus a little bit more on making sure that the coordination in your fingers is going to line up with your tongue. A common mistake that I see people make, and this is especially true for people who are learning double tonguing for the first time, or I guess this could also go for if you are sort of reviewing this concept, is they try to learn a piece of music so quickly that their tongue is able to move faster than their hands. And so it's really important to, like I said, use a metronome to hold yourself accountable, because if you're trying to learn a complicated piece of music, both the articulation and the notes, as well as other things like the dynamics and the phrasing, they're all important elements of music. So you can't skip over one just to make room for the other. Start off slow. If you're not able to do a B flat concert scale that fast, what you can do is try a little bit slower. double tonguing. If you're not able to do it at that speed, that's okay. What you want to do is grab a metronome and, like I said, choose a tempo that's going to be good for you. The goal is to nail it and get it right, not try to be impressed by the tempo, but then get frustrated if it's not perfect. I always say practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. So all you're going to end up doing if you practice it the wrong way is get really good at making mistakes. And that's not ultimately what we want. So I'm going to start by playing this B-flat concert scale single-tongued. A great place to start might be to try it at that same tempo, but now try using double tonguing, focusing on the ta-ka-ta-ka-ta. Once that's comfortable, you can try doing it a little bit faster and a little bit faster, and hopefully that'll help you with your double tonguing. Remember though that when you're double tonguing, you still need to keep that continuous stream of air going, so you're not cutting off the air, you're just sort of getting in the way for that little bit of time to go ta-ka-ta-ka-ta. But I hope you found this video helpful. Happy practicing. Let me know in the comments how it's going, and also let me know in the comments what other types of videos you'd like to see. Stay tuned for the next Articulation Series video where I'm going to be talking about triple tonguing and some extended techniques, maybe flutter tonguing, but stay tuned. Again, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell,